Okay, so I'm back. I'm pretty much just gonna show you how I did this pillow for my couches I'm covering. I have four of them white, so I got three more to do, and then one random. So I'm gonna show you how I did this one, and then I'll show you how I did the other one with the pieces. But they are literally almost done. So this is the top piece. This is wrong side, so right side here. This is the right side. White, so it's really hard to tell, but this is the right side, wrong side. So I'm going to flip that, the front piece. My pillow to the front, and this is the back. Let's see what the right side is. All right, so this is going to be the back, the wrong side, and this will be the right side. Um, what I'm going to do is pretty much connect both sides to each other. I didn't leave a lot of seam allowance because I want them to look like my pillows. Like I didn't have them on here. So I'm gonna clip. Literally, as you can see, like I said, it fits all of this. My pillow is just really pillowy, really fluffy. Make sure you get it all the way even. Computer is gonna die soon. Please let me do this pillow. Alright. Even if I did too much, which you can see I did, it's perfectly fine. Just make sure that I get it straight. We'll do the same with the other side. Be right. So right now, is just making sure it is the right way of my pillow because what I'm going to do is I haven't been measuring it. I literally been attaching it and then just kind of eyeballing where I want the piece to stop and start as far as the envelope portion. So you'll see in like a second. It's been working for me. This is literally my first time making a pillow case like this. I've made a pillow, but I've never made a pillowcase, so it is a little different. But like I said, so I just pretty much cut this in half. And when I do that, I don't know if but you see, so this now is its own piece, and this short piece. And what I'm gonna do, as you look, does it automatically on its own. Like I'm going to fold this in. I've been doing it very close, so probably about a quarter of an inch. And I've been leaving this free. I'm going to cut it with my pinking shears. I'll show you. But that's free. So once it's done, this will fold into that. And the pillow will be sewed all the way around. So let me show you this. So I'm going to sew this down. I'll be right back. Oh, wait. So the way I take the pillow out, it makes it easier for me to do it this way. Is to literally just cut it. So then go to the sewing machine. Straighten that out. Flatten that. And I'm just going to sew probably in this particular, in the white, probably about a quarter of an inch as well, either a half an inch or a quarter of an inch. I'll come back and let you know. But I'm going to sew it down on both sides. Change my thread. Okay, so I am done sewing it up. So I guess I should show you this way. So remember both sides. And you see this is the seam. So now what I'm going to do is the right side facing me. You're going to take this pillow. Ooh, can't wait to cover this. You have company, it don't last long. Especially if it's light color. And this is like a tan off color. It's really weird. Anyway, sit in the middle. Of course, we're going to position it, but we're not very close. And we're going to close this up. And remember how I said I just be eyeballing it and cutting it because it literally overlaps itself? It's freaking awesome. So now what I'm going to do now is take this piece and I'm going to decide how much I want it folded over. And it doesn't need to be a lot, as you can see. We're going to pin this. And I'm doing it the wrong word. So we're going to pin it back. Now this one I'm going to do, actually looks like about a half of an inch. Clippy things are so much more handy with things like this. As far as like holding it, so I don't have to, when I go iron it, it'll be easier for me. So just kind of take off and then put back on. We are going to go and press this down again. Matter of fact, let me show you what I'm going to do with this. Pinking shears. So pretty much you just cut along the edges. I'll cut it and show you, but matter of fact, let me just do it now. So keep in mind, I'm left-handed. So what this does, and I'm sure you may know or you may not, but it pretty much just finishes the edge. So that when I wash it and do anything with it, like as far as taking it apart, um, it won't fray, so I won't lose material or have to keep cutting the ends of it and stuff like that. So show you in like 2 seconds. I'm going really close to the edge because I don't want to use cut too much of my fabric, but you'll see like here. I'm trying to keep this room as clean as I can because you can see things are changing around here. And I would do it this week, but I'm actually going on a mini vacation to see my bambino. Oh, sorry. Look. It puts those grooves in it. So when I stick it in here and this overlaps, A, you're not going to see it until I take it apart to do the pillow. I could do these parts, but because I'm going to press it and sew it, it's pointless. Be back. Okay, real quick. I pressed it. I really don't need these. That's what the power of pressing does. And what we're going to do is as close to this line as we can. We are going to stitch this down. All the way down. Okay. So let's show you. Not the fanciest. Doesn't have to be. Nobody's going to see that. Anyway, remember to cut your threads. Do not cut them all the way off. Just really low. Okay. So now the last step that we have, or that I have to this, is to close this pillow up. Now, I'm literally going to sew both sides at the top. I'm literally going to that down. Now with this, because I did mess up, I'm sure it'll probably be on here, but keep in mind because this is the piece that we want to be seen, it needs to go on top of this. So the hem side needs to be at the bottom so that when we turn it inside out, it's facing the right way and this is on top of this. So we want the largest piece to be at the bottom. And we want this to go over top. And the reason that I'm making that apparent is because, again, we are literally about to sew this edge closed. This edge closed. So once we sew it closed and we open it, turn it right sides out, this hem side needs to be on the front. And you can literally even just turn your fabric the way I'm doing it now just to make sure because that's how I've been doing it. But just make sure this is on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is because I have a little access here, I am going to pin this. I'm going to use a couple because literally we are just sewing this close. It needs to overlap. That's the word. It needs to overlap this piece. I'm going to put a clip here. A clip here. A clip here. Now I'm going to show you this because it's a little uneven on the other side. And I'm going to cut some, but literally, because that has a little bit more on here, you want to make sure that when you sew it, you have to be at least, this is here, you want to be at least here, at minimal, to have, so that it doesn't open up. I'll show you, but finish this, and be done. Now this, like I said, I have some extras, so I'm going to cut. Right on off. Extra, but I must have been trying to just make sure the fabric was even, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to leave this corner because it looks like it might have some of my thread on it. And we want that. Okay, so again, I'm going to go sew this down and we'll be back. And we are done. Now you could choose to cut off the fringy ends, but I chose to leave them on just in case something pops and I need to get in here. But so what I'm gonna do right now is turn this inside out so that you can see. Oh, let me always check. I always go along my ends and check to make sure I don't have any openings because again, I've been known to do that. Well, not known, but I've been doing that. Sometimes clipping too close to the corners, all of that. But remember we closed it, so we literally just went from the opening for where the pillow goes. Looks like I'm gonna go iron it real. All right, so now for the finished product of this particular pillow, it's covering this. So let's see if it fits. Remember the edges? You're gonna take that. Voila. 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 Magnifique.